Howdy, y'all. Dean Stilla here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead music news. Reporting on night two from Mexico. Voice is a little bit chopped. We're jamming here hard. So bear with us. Great party yesterday. Major, big time thanks to my wife Tony Ann, Tracy, and the folks at CID for really just creating just an amazing party for me. Hundreds and hundreds of people that came out and gave me a hug, and so really the love and support was overwhelming. I could never thank you all enough. I'm truly humbled by that. Just an honor. Really the best birthday of my life, no doubt about that. My birthday was on the 10th, but we celebrated it here. So everybody that came to participate in that, I could never thank you enough. You've been such a blessing to me and my family while we're here. People have been so good to my kids. This review brought to you by Rocco 2020, Keep America High. So we're going to contribute to the campaign. My kids love Rocco. He's something else, boy. He's a flamboyant looking brother. It's just a heart of gold. Rocco 2020, Keep America High. There you go. Yeezys for the whole family. So we got get this thing started now. I've surrendered on this trip. I've realized I'm not going to be up front. I'm going to be pretty much just a family guy. I'd usually be in the venue plenty early, be all the way up front there. Instead, it's 6:30. I'm over there. I'm at the Hibachi restaurant over there at the Sunrise. The guy's making the onion volcano and he's spinning eggs. And I just want to get to the show. And this guy, he's doing his thing, twirling knives and throwing eggs around. So the kids loved it. That's important. That's what it's all about. The hibachi dinner. So anyway, we get to the venue not much before it started. We pretty much realized we're going to hang in that back lounge area, comfortable furniture, and as usually the sound there is actually really good. They had some sound difficulties. The band takes the stage pretty much right after we arrived. They open it up with Bertha, and it's hard for me to really analyze what's happening here because there's some sound problems throughout the venue. So I know that they finally got around to ending it properly. They're doing a better job ending Bertha. Maybe they listened to some old stuff, and figured out this is really not that hard to end. We just got to stop with all the anymores and end this thing. And it seems like they're doing a good job. They learned how to end Bertha, so that makes me happy. Good Lovin's up next. And like I said, still some sound problems, so hard to really get a close ear to that for me, but it was Good Lovin', all right. Shakedown's next. Shakedown seemed like maybe didn't suffer from tempo issues as much as it has in the past. It seemed like it was okay. For me, the highlight of the first set, High Time. The High Time was next. Grateful O'Teal's got the whole song. He's not sharing that one anymore. He got the whole song. He should have the whole song. It was great. To me, just a multitude of emotion in that one. That one touched me deeply. O'Teal's special to me. He's just a special friend. So, and he adds so much to this thing. I thought the High Time was magnificent. Love you, man. Thank you so much for that. Cold Rain and Snow comes up next. We're here in Mexico with sunburns. I don't know. Cold rain and snow back home. So folks back home are dealing with cold rain and snow. You always feel like your vacation dollars were better spent when it's snowing at home. So well spent vacation dollars here while we get snow at home. Black Throw to Win. One of my favorites. You get that. You get Sugary. Listen, here's this stretch where, once again, this show on paper, if you just wake up and you look at the list, you think, wow, that was a roaster. And on paper, this one looked really good. Really, the Cold Rain, some cool jams and stuff. Black Throw to Wind, I love. Sugary, very, I was waiting for that one to take off. It seemed a little bit light on the qualities that we're accustomed to when Sugar E comes around. That one is usually just really a wonderful time. The whole thing to me a little bit subdued, a little bit understated. It is what it is. Quinn the Eskimo, you get the mighty Quinn to finish the first set, and every time they're going to play a new tune, it ends up being a Garcia tune that Weir sings, and I don't know. I'm not so sure how that all works. I don't think it works very good at all, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's get on with it. Halftime, we're eating churros. We're happy. Listen, motherfuckers ran out of churros again. Churro people, don't run out of churros. You know we're here. You know we love churros. I wish they'd get the churro shit straight, because too much running out of churros. You should never run out of churros at this gig. Help on the way. We get it was interesting during intermission. They played some of the Bertha again, trying to work out the kinks with the speakers they were having in the back. So my kids are sleeping there on the furniture back there. I'm just kind of realizing that's just, it's my lot in life this time around. I'm going to be all the way in the back. This is just looking after the kids and making sure they're comfortable. So anyway, the sound's usually very good back there. Had some hiccups through Help on the Way. The sound problems continued. They got ironed out a little bit quicker than they did in the first set. Through a little bit through Help on the Way, we got the sound back. And you get Slipknot's up next, and that was it's always a good time. This second set, this is Kreutzmann's got the hat on backwards, and I don't blame him. When you look at the list, you think this is a double harness kind of night. Put the hat on backwards. We're going to take off. And to me, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure this one ever reached the kind of heights you might expect when you look at the list. I think an outstanding list, but a little subdued in the application, if you ask me. This one could have been a roaster. I'm just not sure they took it there. This is like you get a recipe for something that you ate somewhere else. You think that was fucking delicious. You get the recipe, you come home, you make it, and it's the right recipe, but it's just not what you expected. And that might be the case here. This is one of the problems here. You know, you're here on a resort gig. Everybody's on vacation. You run the risk of being a little too relaxed. And to me, this was all very relaxed and understated, all this stuff. So the Slipknot jam, we don't get Franklin's right away. You get the Stevens. So I guess if you're not going to go Help Slip Franklin's, which I'd always prefer, keep the classics together if you ask me. But this was an interesting way to try to break some stuff up. You get St. Stephen, and that was good. At this point, my buddy Justin Fallon comes up. We got to spend some time jamming with Justin. Good to see you there, man. Came all the way back there, was roaming around. It was good to spend a little bit of the set with him, jamming with him. Love you forever. So we get to Stephen. The end of Stephen seemed like maybe they weren't going to do the William Tell Bridge. Maybe they go back into the Slipknot. I heard some elements of the Slipknot in there. The end of the Stephen jam. They turned that one back around, got it to the William Tell Bridge. And you got the 11. The 11, that's going to be good. Weir is great on Weir tunes, and really, so when we look at like the Mighty Quinn and stuff, it's Weir is great on Weir tunes. If they're going to play new songs, I'm not sure why they don't just practice and play some new Weir tunes, because every time they kind of bring out something new, it's usually a Garcia song that Weir sings, and I don't know. To me, it's so Weir's just better on Weir tunes. That's all there is to it. For me, I love him forever, but it's not so much on the Garcia stuff. Anyway, no, but it's not fair. Nobody really on the Garcia stuff does much for me at all. Nobody. So anyway, there we go. After the 11, you get Oteil solo. We didn't get it at the end of Eyes the first night, so Oteil takes the solo there at the end of the 11, and that solo is a motherfucker. If you want to listen to something in the show, go right to the Oteil solo and listen to that. He did some incredible stuff during that. Pure fire coming at Oteil on that solo. That's a good. There was elements of the Lost Sailor in there, and that thing was. He did some crazy stuff. That solo was unbelievable. Probably one of the highlights of the night for me. Oteil gets the game ball there with the high time and the Oteil solo. I know y'all gonna break my balls. I'm always so nice to Oteil. Motherfucker's my brother, and I love him forever. So we're close. I love him extra. It's like watching your kids play sports. You know, you always think your kid's the most beautiful kid out there, best kid on the team. And so anyway, Oteil's my brother. I love him like that. So drums is next. I thought the Oteil solo might go into something. It didn't. It just ended up going into drums. I thought drums was fairly uninspired. Not much there. It's fun to watch Mickey on the beam and stuff, but the drums for me didn't really, not much cause for that one didn't lead me to introspection or rethinking my life or anything like that. Just kind of was a very subdued, like this whole set, little subdued. We go to space. Out of space, get the Spanish Jam. Love getting the Spanish Jam. Think everybody kind of loves that. And you're here in Mexico, so a little Spanish Jam is fun. No Speedway's up next. This song's a fucking funeral procession. It seems like everyone's run out of batteries. Finally, the Energizer Bunny is dead. Really, this one was so fucking slow. It was pathetic. It was a funeral procession. Towards the end, they tried to pick it up a little bit, but when you just comatose everyone in the beginning, even trying to pick them up at the end's not that easy. That was painfully slow. Really, that's an example of we are single-handedly destroying the beauty of Grateful Dead music by just playing it like he died a month ago. Stella's up next. Maybe makes up for it there. I thought the Stella was okay. Once again, we're having a good time. Solo segment at the end is nice. A lot of feeling in that. And then back into Slipknot. Really not Slipknot, but just the final little lick there that we like to hear. It comes out of the end of the Stella, and they give you Franklin's to close it. So on paper, that one looks like a good one on paper. Being there, I felt like most of the show really was, it was like a band that all took a bunch of Mexican Quaaludes and were trying to keep up with the music while wrestling with the effects of the Mexican Quaaludes. So anyway, that's how I kind of saw even Franklin's didn't really find the ferocious spots that it does. Where people are high stepping. At that point, some of the gas was no Speedway took the gas out of a lot of people. It was tough for him to get back up after that one. It was a knockout punch. But anyway, show ends with the Franklins. One More Saturday Night, your encore. No big surprise there. Once again, played kind of sluggishly, a very relaxed version of One More Saturday Night. We had a hard time even screaming the falsetto piece at the end because it was moving so slow and it's hard to scream slow. You know what I mean? You can't scream slow. So when things are going slow, he's trying to maybe give that falsetto part a scream, but you can't scream slow. So even that doesn't work very good. So you had a night where the recipe looked great. What you got to eat was okay. It was fun and it was good, but nothing outstanding really to be seen there. So we got another one coming up tonight, the old Never Miss a Sunday show. Prince, hope they come out and rage it. It's a little bit too relaxed and subdued for the most part, which is fine. All of us are kind of relaxed and subdued as well, but sometimes the music, we're looking forward to that keeping us up a little bit. And last night on paper was a doozy, and in application it was okay. I'm not sure. I'll revisit it. I might just see how it sounded when I'm away from the venue. I might check it out. But there's my take. We're going to go have some more fun on the beach and the sand and the ocean and the pools and all that stuff. And then we're going to get back to rocking and rolling. Early start tonight. I like it. Maybe my kids will make it through the show. So love you forever. We'll talk to you after the last one. This trip's almost over. Have some fun out there. Love you forever.